So about how much money do you think they stole from you?
Around $15,000.
Oh, okay, so I was gonna ask.
Just gonna
She said, you might have an ear infection, so you should probably grab it.
say your alphabet for me.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
You are
H.
perfect.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna make you do one more thing for me. And it'll be quick. Hold this for me. Thank you.
Okay.
Make the colors.
And just so you know, this is not live, you know, you can stop and start over, we're recording. If there's, I don't anticipate this will happen, but if there's anything I ask you that you don't feel comfortable asking, you just be like, you know, rather not say. Did you go to college for, like,
I went to college for 2 years and then I came home.
what were you working to get your degree for?
I went undecided, but then I decided on business for my 3rd year, but I left.
Oh, okay. That's why I was asking, I figured it probably had something to do with business, entrepreneurship. Like aquarium studies or something that probably get related. I don't know. Tell me about your business.
Well, my business started off as Keller Custom Drip, where I would do custom things, custom masks, custom t-shirts, custom, And then I thought to myself, why don't I just start my own clothing line? So when I started my own clothing line, I thought of wealth, because wealth is not so much as riches, it's like abundance.
And so how long did you work on, when did you start? Keller, right? Keller Custom Drip? When did you start it?
Well, the idea came to me about summertime of 2019, and I actually started in February 2020.
And how did you know that you were onto something and that people wanted to buy the clothes that you were making?
When I started to actually do pop-up shops, like one of my high school friends reached out to me and saw that I was posting these clothes, and once I did that pop-up shop, I seen like everybody, supporting me, and I never had that support before that. So I'm like, I have something here, I need to keep this going because I can actually make this a career. It all came together.
Yeah, that was a perfect answer. I love that. That people started buying your stuff and you're like, I might be onto something.
Yes.
And you were mentioning that that very recently you had even gotten your apparel into an actual storefront. How big of a deal was that to you?
Oh, it was an accomplishment. When I asked a call from the store, I'm like, this is it. I can start from here. This is the new start. I'm farther than selling my things online to an actual store to where people are walking in and out and people can actually see before they buy.
In person, yeah. So it was a huge step for you.
Yes.
And so when did that, got the DM, you starting to coordinate all of that, right? About how long ago was that?
This was about the beginning of February.
This year?
Yes.
Did your stuff make it into the store yet?
Yes, it's in the store, the actual store.
Okay. And so we'll put a pin in that part and we're gonna circle back to it. What necessitated you getting a public storage unit?
I don't have a lot of room to actually do what I was doing, so I'm like, I need more space. I was in a storage unit before, but it was only where I can just throw my things in there. So the reason I moved to public storage was because I can get an open space and see what I have, and it was only 3 weeks, so I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do. But
And so, piggybacking off of that question, when you moved your stuff into the unit, what did you have in there?
I had all of my inventory. I had a heat press, a printer, a photo shoot kit. I had my banner, my pop-up shop banner that I use for my table, and just a lot of miscellaneous office supplies.
And if you had to guess, how many T-shirts, how many jackets, etc. do you think were in there?
We talking a price or?
Oh, how about number and then price?
I'll have to say around the thousands, and
Wait,
that-
thousands of T-shirts?
it had to be around 1,000.
1,000 shirts, sweatshirts, yeah, everything I do. Wow. Okay, so 1,000 items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that you would just sell. Okay, and so looking collectively, and whoever took them took most of it. Or,
Yeah, they took all of the inventory, and the printer and the heat press, the things that they think they can get off.
and so about how much money do you think they stole from you?
Around $15,000.
How much does that hurt?
It's like I've been working so long on this, and I finally, get my stuff in the store. And the day before I do my pop-up, I was going to do my first pop-up shop at Water Tower downtown. And I was going in to, get everything ready. Then I open, everything's gone. Like, it was hard.
I was
for
gonna ask, take me to the day when you discovered that
Excuse me.
it was not there. You go in that, like, we have a visual because we just were there. You go in the gate, right?
I go in the gate. I have to put a code in to get in the actual gate. Then I have to put another code in to get in the actual door. So I go back. I'm happy. I'm about to get ready for the pop-up shop. Then, I walk up and see that my lock is gone. I raise it up. All of my inventory is gone. My printer is gone. My heat press is gone. Majority of my things are gone.
I mean, was anybody with you, or you just,
No, no one's-
were you like cursing, or were you just speechless?
I was speechless at first, and then I'm like, I can't be mad at anybody because no one's here, and it's not happening.
Yeah, I can imagine anybody would have the same reaction because you're like, oh my god, I made it this far, and this happened.
Things.
Yeah. And then at some point you realize, okay, like, dust myself off, dry my tears, time to move forward. And what was the next step that you took?
I did the normal protocol. I called the police, and they didn't send anyone out, but they gave me a police report. And then after the police report, I called the insurance, the actual insurance, and make an insurance claim.
Okay, talk me through the insurance. When did you buy the insurance and who was it through?
The insurance was through Public Storage, so I had already paid for the insurance moving in.
You had time to calm down. You thinking about insurance? What was your thought of how the insurance should work?
I mean, I thought, obviously my stuff is gone. Obviously I'm going to get the check, but, it seems like the more time went on, it didn't happen that way.
So you file a claim with insurance, you file a police report, you file a claim with insurance, and what do you wind up hearing back from insurance?
They told me that I had no evidence of breaking and entering. So it was nothing that they could do.
And what do you think about that?
I mean, I was like, the whole point of me going through the process with you guys is because I had evidence. I had a picture of the lock broke. So it doesn't get any more evidence than that. So I'm just like, okay, is this what we're doing?
Right, and you're like, how? I'm sure your question is, how is this not a burglary, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you pushed back and said, like, what are you talking about? This is definitely a breaking and entering. What did they say?
I spoke with them back and forth for a couple of weeks, and they kept telling me the same thing. So I hired an attorney.
And what happened then?
The attorney that I hired, they just sent the letter out. So they sent the letter out to the insurance, and they said that if you don't reverse your decision, then we'll take legal action.
So, what was your thought process behind calling Channel 2?
I tried everything. Like, I tried the legal way, I tried going to public storage, I tried going to the insurance. So I'm like, this is not right. I can't let it go because it's not right. Basically, almost lost my business and nothing happened behind it. I have to, get this out to the public. So I was like, I'm gonna try to call the news.
Hey, what's good, Pierre? It is Marlon Watts, co-owner and CEO of World and Vision, man. We heard we was one of your favorite brands, and we just wanted to say we got a surprise for you. Hey, what's good, Pierre?
Marlon Watts is flipping this script. He's the co-founder of World and Vision, a clothing company idolized by our budding designer. CBS 2 asked the famous brand creators if they wanted to help.
We got a surprise for you. We heard we was one of your favorite brands.
He was shocked by an invite to join their business incubator.
Oh, yeah.
To you again after we reached out to them, and it was a quasi-entertaining response. What did it say? And how do you know that they know that we know?
They were basically telling me that they didn't care, their decision is going to stay final. And it seemed like that was the energy before they even gave me a decision. Because the way they spoke to me, it was like, okay, send me this. The lady spoke to me very, I'm thinking it was because she can tell that I was young. So they were trying to take advantage of me, but me, I'm not that type of person.
Didn't you ask for surveillance footage?
Oh yeah, I asked for it when I was there. First they told me there was no cameras on the inside, but there was one camera on the outside. When I asked them for the footage while I was there, she tells me she can't go check the footage. I'll have to call the district manager. Now, she gave me a sticky note to contact him.
Meanwhile, we saw and made sure to get video from our camera of 3 different cameras on the outside. And it's not like, I'm just confirming with you. It's not like you've had this unit for 3 years and every 6 months you go check on it. It was like, how often were you there?
Every week. Me and my brother would go up there every Friday.
So was it at maximum? Was it when you went there and saw nothing was there? How long had it been since you had been there and everything was okay?
The next Friday.
So it was a week. A week max. So you're asking, can I see the surveillance footage? You're not asking for the last 3 months. You're asking, can I see surveillance footage, or can you check the surveillance footage for me for this week time span? And they just
when I was there, the lady in the front office said that she couldn't pull it up. I'll have to call the district manager.
What is your message for public storage?
That move, and especially if it was an inside job, they really hurt a young entrepreneur.
What has been the impact of losing thousands of items and your equipment?
It basically, it sent me into, depression, because I can't do whatever I was doing before. Like I say, I was just inside the store, and I gave them what I gave them. But for them to come to me and I say, my stuff is stolen, so I have no more inventory to give you. That was really, it's like it was tearing down everything that I built.
Because once that stuff sells in that store,
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
that's it. And are we at that point yet, or close?
Oh no, we're not at that point yet.
You had mentioned on the phone that you've seen a couple stories about this happening to other people. I was telling you that we found a bunch of investigative reports from what we call our sister station, our CBS station in San Francisco, about people 10 years ago having this problem where they've been denied for their insurance claim. Their public storage provided insurance would say, well, you can't prove it's a burglary. What did you think when you saw that other people have been going through this for years?
First thing popped in my head, I can't stop it. It's something that I can do to bring this to the light.
Where do you go from here? Or unknown?
I was thinking about starting a podcast.